evening and welcome to Collector Cars. I'm Lance, your host. With me in the studio, we had to brighten things up with a beautiful lady. See, I mean, you had last week, you had me and Mergens and the guys from Hilti, and so this week we have Lucy Nicandri. How you doing, sweetie?
It's great to be here, Lance.
All right. And Mr. Bill Mergens.
Yes, sir. Good to be back, of course.
Yes. With the legend?
The legend, yes, the legend. We won't go into that story, though, right now.
I told him I was at the meeting the other night. I'm going to tell it because Lucy was there.
I gotta hear the story.
We're at your meeting the other night,
Yeah.
okay? And the guys from Hooters, Joe Upchurch,
Yeah.
wonderful guy. Jimmy comes up with the bike show. He does all the bikes. He's
Right.
doing your bike show.
Right.
Anyway, he says to Joe Upchurch, says, "Hey, do you know this guy?" He said, "Lance." He said, "Everybody knows Lance. He's a legend around here." I just said, "Okay."
You're a legend.
Yeah, but I guess it's they just know of me. I mean, I'm everywhere.
You are everywhere.
You know, from Clearwater to Naples. Anyway, Lucy, I'm just thrilled to be involved in the show this year. I'm really hoping that this thing takes off on what I'm doing, that we can contribute and that we can make things better, raise more money, because that's what it's all about. Now, you are the director for the Suncoast Superboat Grand Prix.
Yes.
You are also involved in the Suncoast Foundation for the Handicapped.
Correct.
Okay. Now, what is your position with the foundation?
Actually, I'm employed by the foundation,
Okay.
which is the charitable arm that
Okay.
produces many events throughout the year.
Right.
The Suncoast Superboat Grand Prix Festival, Lance, is just one of a few different big events that I work on throughout the year. But it's exciting. This is our 25th anniversary this year. And we're excited to have a car show back because
Yeah.
we've had a few years that we
Bobby
haven't.
Woods had them
Right.
for years, did a great job,
Yes, he
and
did.
then when he passed away, it's hard to get someone to just take it over and do that. I don't know. How did you get me to do that?
I just did a little bit of networking, and I
He's a
said,
legend, right?
And
Isn't
then
that-
he's a legend. And I remember I was over at Hooters one of the nights you had your
Yes.
car show, and I'm eating my fried
Yes.
pickles and having my beer, and I
That's
said,
right.
"This is the
Hey,
gentleman
this is-
everybody's telling me about." So I walked right over
Yeah.
to your trailer, met your lovely wife,
Now they're calling me a gentleman.
and
Those people don't know me.
She was buttering
just
it up
said,
so you
"Where's
could do the
Lance?"
car show.
I just said, "Is Lance around?" So
I love it.
that's
I love
how
it.
we
And it
do
works out perfect with the Sunday deal because I'm booked every Saturday. All the way through to
Right.
Lord knows when, because it's just standard monthly shows that we do. So the Sunday thing worked out fantastic. The ladies have been working, my wife and Debbie and Patty, getting all the goodie bags and all that kind of stuff. We're going to try to make this a memorable thing to the car guys to where they say next year, "Hey, you going to that Superboat thing?" They won't remember the Superboat thing. "Oh man, we had a ball last year." And that's what you want, and that's
Keep
what you
them
need.
coming back.
Keep them coming. But this thing is huge. I was sitting there last night. You had all these chairmen of the different committees.
Right.
And it started with the guy with Budweiser. I forget what he was doing. Then it went to me, and we're going around the room for an hour and a half. You got a golf tournament. You got a fishing tournament. You got the Kilo Run. You got the biggest offshore party. How many different actual facets do you have to this?
We have a festival that runs 9 days, and we have 14 events within the 9 days.
9-day festival with
Yeah.
14 events.
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
But they're all unique
Now-
and all affordable.
Also, to mention to you, since now that I know that you are with the foundation, that means that we don't have to limit it to this. We could get together and put together a super cruise type thing for the foundation, and like we do in Charlotte County and so forth, do one of those up here, and
We'd love that. We would
wouldn't
love
that be
that.
great?
Because a lot of people, Lance, don't understand what the Suncoast Foundation really does. And over the past 24 years, the money that's been raised from this festival has built $14 million in facilities,
Wow.
which has touched approximately 6 or 7 different charities locally that serve the physically and mentally challenged.
Right.
So
it's not like you're doing it for one particular, we support
Correct.
kids with cancer. We do every year. But it's not like you're supporting one particular group. This is the foundation that has the facilities to help them all.
Yes,
I think that's great.
absolutely. So,
I think that's great.
And our mission is to help the physically and mentally challenged. So as long as an
Right.
agency fits within that mission, we'd love to be able to
I
try
got
to help
nervous
out.
there. I thought when she started mentioning physically and mentally challenged, I thought maybe she was referring to me again.
You're the chair, aren't you?
I'm the chair. They had to get a bigger chair for me for this one this year. I tell you, you're hooked up with some great people. I've dealt with
Great.
Tommy, the Saputos and everybody at
Yeah.
Budweiser and Tommy Weatherholt and all them, and Joe Upchurch with Hooters is great. I mean, he just
fantastic.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Anytime they can help, you know, something good like this, they're in. And it's the same group, and you see them, you know, all over supporting everything, and it's just a wonderful group of people, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Well, we're glad you're part of it, and I have to tell you, the people I have talked to and mentioned that there's a car show, they have said, "Oh, is that guy that's on the television, is he involved?" Yeah.
There you go.
And I go, "It's Lance." So he is a legend.
See that?
'Cause
Yeah.
The minute I say car show, they
See, yeah, he ought to
you
be
and you have
convinced.
a
The other
big
guy
mouth.
knew it. He's still got it. Bill still needs some convincing.
Yeah. I'm around him a lot more. I know.
He sees the other side of that.
Yeah, yeah.
What it is, Lucy, is I've got a team that makes me look real good.
Wow.
They pat me on the back at the end of the show and they go, "Wow, what a great show you put on." Yeah, me and the 20 people
There's a
behind
leader
me.
with every team, so don't get yourself
And
shut
that's
there.
the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm hopefully part of your team now. And
Yes, you are.
doing
We're
fine.
just thankful because I know it's a lot of work on your end, and you
It
volunteer a
is, but
lot
we
of
love
hours
it.
for this. So
We
thank
love
you,
it.
Lance, and thanks to everybody on your team.
all right, now we're going to show them some cars. Mr. Bill Merkins, do you have the clip?
Yes, I do have the clip.
Where? Oh,
Right here.
kept it in a mayonnaise jar or
Right here.
something? Whoa.
Right here. All right. Okay.
All
There
right,
you go,
there's
Lance. There's the clip.
He's got his clip. He's got his clip notes. We're ready.
We are ready to go.
This is photography by our Rocky Mountain reporter, Mr. Terry Lewis. Tell him what this place is.
This is the Abbey in Canyon City, Colorado, and the Abbey was a school. The school shut down many years ago. It's now a winery, believe it or not. Fabulous building.
So no teaching, just a lot of drinking.
Just a lot of drinking, yeah. And of course, you can see the kind of day that Terry was confronted with. It wasn't fabulous, and you're going to see that they're wearing coats and hats, and it was May, you know, in Colorado.
Yeah.
But, what can you do?
This
Is very
incredible.
cool. This is a 1956 Powell, and it is. There was only 1,020 of these built between 54 and 57, and there's only 13 known to exist.
That's pretty rare.
Yeah, very, very rare.
I
Very
have
cool.
never seen. That's the first
Yeah.
one I've ever seen.
And there's a lot of really cool cars. Terry found some good stuff this year. 1962,
62.
Bel Air, Bubble Top, Gary Jasperson from Colorado Springs. We've
The
seen a
bubble
few.
top is neat.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Lucy, just anything you like. Just
I'm
you know,
just gonna
just jot them
shout
down. We'll
Yeah.
Not too many of these cars still floating around, that's for sure.
and that looks really well done.
Yeah. So you can tell by the valve covers, 409 engine. And of course, we don't have as many good interior shots because it was bouncing off the glass a little bit because the weather was a little rainy and a little damp, and so a lot of people had their windows open. But
Look at this. 65 Mustang 2+2 with chameleon paint.
yes. And this was David and Dottie Detmering.
This is a very difficult car to photograph because every angle you
paint
get,
looks
the paint looks different.
That's what makes it kind of look cool,
Yeah. Now there it's got a gold look to it.
though. Yeah.
Incidentally, that's expensive paint too.
Yes, it is. That car's been around a while. I seem to recall that car. I've seen that back in Colorado Springs when I was back there.
When you were doing shows?
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. Now here we go. I know somebody in the crowd that'll like this one probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, of
Mr.
course.
McGowan.
Yeah. A 1936 Auburn Boat Tail Speedster.